So far, so good. And it's really an extension of the Red Hand Files, which is this thing I've been doing also for about the same length of time. Thank you. I'm hoping you all subscribe. I'm really trying to get the numbers up, so is there anyone who hasn't subscribed? You haven't? Have you? Well, please. You have. Get with the program. Really, it started off just as a way of answering some questions that I kept getting sent to me, especially after my son died. I got sent a lot of mail from different people who had different issues that seemed to revolve around that. And this thing just expanded and expanded, and now I get many, many questions a day. I have thousands of questions in my inbox. I've read them all. I think there's 13,326 in the inbox, and I've answered 64. So it's a slow crawl towards some kind of existential meaning. But the questions are really beautiful. And the questions are really, but people don't really ask questions so much anymore. They just write and tell me about themselves. So it's been this really kind of strange way of having what we rock people see as our audience kind of individualized in some kind of way. And also there is, for sure, coming from these questions a kind of collective need from people, which is really a great privilege to be, to have this kind of access to these people, to have access to the minds of my audience. It's really very beautiful. It can be very terrifying, and it's many, many things, but most of all, it's a great privilege. So this is kind of an extension of that people can get an opportunity, if you like, to raise your hand. You have people like this guy here, who comes around. There's some other ones. And if you have a question, you raise your hand, and they give you the mic, and I'll do my best to answer the question. I also want to say that it's really very, very difficult to ask a question in front of a whole lot of people. It's much harder for you guys to ask the question than it is for me to answer it. I've been in this business for many, many years of standing up in front of people, so even though this is terrifying for me, it can be really terrifying for you. And so in that respect, people could suspend their judgment of people's questions, because sometimes they get quite strange. Sometimes they get very long. They get very long. Especially amongst the older members of the... because they have long life stories to tell. So this could become something very beautiful, but it can also become an exercise in patience in some way. So there was something else. Oh yeah. If we cannot